Greetings of the day to everyone. I'm Chavi Sahai. I work as an assistant professor at AISSMS College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology. The topic that we are going to cover today is supply analysis, and it is studied under managerial economics of hotel management. So the learning objective of today's session are: first, we will understand the meaning of supply. What do we mean when we say supply as a word in economic terms? Secondly, we will learn about the determinants of supply, wherein we will see what are the few factors that determine the supply of a particular product into the market. Supply analysis is fairly a huge topic. We are just covering this two in today's lecture, and later on the other topics we will be covering in the subsequent lecture. So first we come to what is the meaning of supply. What do we mean when we say the word supply? So to put simply, supply is a bringing of a commodity in the amount of that commodity which the seller, or in terms of when we talk about agriculture in India, the producer of that product are able to bring in the market and also are willing to offer for a sale at a particular price. Right now, whatever the price of that product is being fetched in the market, are the sellers ready to supply their produce or not, supply their product or not, and also that particular supply sustains for a period of time. So supply becomes a relative term. We also have to mention when we say supply with the relativity of that word with price and time. So when we are saying it in economics, if you do not say price and time factor attached to it, it has no meaning. If you just say supply of milk is reduced, so it is a general statement, we cannot hold it any value in economics. So the best example, one of the example that I have written here is, so at 20 rupees a liter, a particular dairy can supply 500 liters. For here we have to have a price factor attached to it. So today the price of milk is 20 rupees a liter and the dairy would supply 500 liters of it. So moving ahead, again staying with what is the meaning of supply, as we have seen. So supply will be what a particular seller is able to produce and supply in the market, and also he is willing to offer. Your willingness I would like to cover, wherein sometimes a product is fetching very low prices. We all have heard about the prices of onion and how it sometimes goes up and there's a shortage in the market. Then eventually what happens is farmers sow onions. It takes some amount of time for the produce to reach the market. By the time the farmers bring the produce to the market, the prices have really gone down. So maybe because onion is a perishable product, they are willing to sell it at a lower price also. But if the product is not perishable, it can stay for a long time, they will probably hold on to the produce. Something manufactured good, packaged foods, they can be hold on by the supplier or the producer till the price becomes higher in the market, then they will supply it. So the ability, talking about ability of a seller to supply a commodity, it will depend on the kind of stock that is available to him. A recent example that we all can understand is wherein the supply of vaccines in the market has reduced because the stock is not available with the people who are manufacturing supplies. So we are facing some shortage. The vaccination of against COVID is not happening at a pace in India that we would have wanted. So this example, I think you can easily relate to. So now we come to the determinants of supply, the things that determine or decide the supply of a product that will reach the market. First is the price of the product. As you can understand, when as a producer or a seller, if your product is fetching more price in the market right now, you will be ready you will readily supply more of that product in the market. So as a rule or as a general system, more is supplied at the higher price, and the supplier holds on to a product, supplies less when the price is less. That only holds true for things which are not perishable. Next, expectation about the future price. Sometimes the supplier expects that in the future the price that I will get for my product may be higher. So he will hold on to his stock and not sell in the market if something is not perishable. And secondly, if he expects that in the future the price that my product will fetch will be lesser, he would right now supply most of it in the market. Third is natural conditions. In India, we can all understand that monsoon plays a vital role in deciding about the supply of various goods in the market. This holds true especially for the agricultural produce. So, when the monsoon is good, there's a good supply of things in the market. And when the monsoon is not good, when we have a drought like situation in certain areas, then the supply of produce reduces. Next, the state of technology. As there is improvement in technology, when we use technology to a greater extent, the productivity and supply increases. You can understand that once we use machines, things like tractors, etc., in the agriculture area, the supply definitely improves because mechanization is undertaken for the sole reason of increasing the supply. So next we move ahead to other some other determinants of supply. Next is factor prices and their availability. So there are some factors of production that you have to employ to produce a good, okay, to increase the stock. So if the prices of those things is very high, your cost of production goes high. If cost of production goes high, you will probably supply less because you'll have to manage your costs. Likewise, if you increase the prices of your product too much, then probably people will not buy. So for example, a factor price would be your wages that you need to pay your workers. If the wages are very high, you will supply less in the market, whereas if wages are conducive, you will supply more. Next important point is government policy. If the government is giving some subsidies to the particular product that you are producing as a seller, so you will supply more because it becomes favorable in terms of costs. Next is cost of production. So cost of production, when you again it relates to the various factors that you employ to produce a product. If the cost is high, you will supply less, and if those costs are less, you will efficiently produce more and supply in the market. And last is the price of other products. Here I've written an example. Suppose the wheat is fetching more price in the market compared to another grain, which is rice. India has a staple diet of both these grains. So if a farmer sees that wheat fetches me more price, so he will produce wheat rather than rice, and vice versa. So we come to the end of this session. I will quickly like to summarize. In this topic, we have discussed about the meaning of supply, wherein we discussed the ability and willingness of the supplier. And secondly, we discussed various determinants of supply. I would like to thank you all for listening in. Please follow the link which is provided in the description box and attempt the quiz. I would like to give credit to the following sites from where I have sourced pictures and other material for this presentation.